Hello everybody. Today I'm going to be doing a quick rinseless on this car. It is Sunday, June 21st. It is 7:30 p.m. and it is still 100 degrees. We're out of the sun now. I was hoping to do it a little bit earlier with the sun shining so that we could do quicker wash or have an example of doing it in the sun, but same techniques. And we're going to be using a Frantic sprayer and the perfectly safe brush for the top layers, and then I'll probably use a sponge for those lower levels. This is the first time I tried the perfectly safe brush, so maybe for the lower panels I'll try the brush. If it doesn't work or I'm having trouble, I'll switch over to the sponge. So with that, let's get going. The car's pretty dirty. We had a little bit of rain and it just left all these dust spots all over the place. The first thing I'm going to do is I have Nemesis 256-21. This is V2. This is the first time I try V2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the roof, and I'm going to be going in sections, panels by panel, and try to do it that way so that we can go without it drying, and so we'll see what happens. Actually, that was kind of quick. We're gonna do the windows, front windshield and rear windshield. And the first application, we're just doing a quick chemical rinse chemical. And I'm going to do all the upper panels or the windows. And now that it's set a little bit, I'm going to rinse it off, or try to rinse it off. Just that should have taken most of the grime out. So now we're going to start with the brush. I left it soaking. I'm going to go all the way through to the end of the car there. We're going to dunk it frequently just to avoid having dirt on it. That way it rinses off. Just to get into this tighter spots, I decided to use a sponge here. And now for the drying, just gonna use one of these Diva Rinseless. I am seeing a few pollen spots, but some of them are breaking up very easily just as I dry them. Some of them are a little bit more stuck on. I'm not going to worry about it. What I wanted to do is make sure I take off that top layer of dirt. And now we're going to do the hood and the trunk. And I'm probably gonna get stuff wet again. Not that big of a deal. It's a little bit more work, but this is a good way of being able to do a car out in the heat, right? So now we're gonna rinse away that dirt. And I prepared 8 liters of Rinseless in the sprayer and 3 gallons of Rinseless in the bucket. So total about 5 gallons. And I am just gliding it. I'm not scrubbing vigorously. Just let it glide, do the work for you. And it's obvious that it's very gentle because it is leaving some of the pollen spots on there. It's not coming off very easily. And again, I'm not letting this dwell too long because of the heat. So your cleaning power is limited by the dwell time. Maybe next time what I do is use, is it Preludio or Perifica? I can't remember which of the two. That's from Labo. This is pretty good for the grills. It does get in there pretty easily. I'm gonna try these. It's not bad for the side panels and for the vertical panels. And it's kind of nice. You don't have to be crouching down to get this front fender part. And it probably is a little better than using the sponge to get into those nooks and crannies there. One thing I notice, or that I'm noticing here is I'm redoing drying areas over and over, right? Because I oversprayed, or it's not that big of a deal, but it is a little bit extra work. Again, a little bit of overspray over here, and that was on me too, because I actually sprayed down this panel that I had already washed. I am surprised on how well the brush is able to get into like the door handles. I was able to get in there pretty good, clean them out. And that's how you can do a rinseless wash pretty quickly in the heat. Go panel by panel. Again, you'll get some overspray. That's what I'm facing here with that sprayer. You could probably use a smaller sprayer to avoid that. But one of the things I wanted to do was put a little pressure on there to wash away some of the stuff, like dirt and grime, and so it's a balance there. You're gonna have to try it out for yourself. And you could just use a spray bottle, and if it's not too dirty, for the perfectly safe brush. Right now, it is a game changer, or at least it's a speed enhancer, right? I was able to go through the car very quickly, less than 20 minutes, I think. 25 minutes, somewhere around there. And that's including drying, and it did a good job. It didn't feel like it was scratching or anything. The only thing that you can't quantify, that I can't quantify, is it picking up the dirt, right? I guess I could look at the bucket afterwards and see how much dirt there is at the bottom, or if it's just spreading it around, and maybe I need to do, once I dislodge it, do another rinse, spray with a sprayer just to wash that off again. So I'll post if the dirt comes out very dirty in the bucket, if there's a layer at the bottom after I take out the grate guard. I don't want to keep you around for that. But with that, this is how you can tackle a quick rinseless, panel by panel, in the hot summer months. Again, I thank you for joining. I appreciate you watching, and we'll hope to see you next time. Thank you. So what I have here is, I saw some dirt, but just to confirm, see how much the drying rag is actually capturing on dirt. What I did is I filled up this bucket with 1.5 gallons of water, cleaned it out before, rinsed it out, made sure there was no dirt, and we're gonna soak it in there. I don't know if you can tell, but I think the water definitely changed a little bit in color. It got a little murkier, and that was just with a quick rinse. Let me go get a flashlight. There's definitely something there, but honestly, I don't know if it's part of the rinseless, since it's a little bit of like that milky, and I'm seeing kind of that once I put the camera in there, so it's hard to tell, but there's definitely something there, right? The water does not look crystal clear all the way through. Having said that, I mean, it's not a whole lot, in my opinion, that I would probably use I will continue to use the brush right now and keep experimenting with it. I know this car needs to be polished and it's coated. That's one other thing I want to bring up. This car is not coated, so the pollen does stick to it a little bit more than what you're used to. And the last time I did a ceramic sealant on there was a few months ago, and I was trying the spray and rinse from Hot Coat, and I'm sure that's gone by now. So it's pretty much flat paint. So just want to give you a quick update on what I observed. I can't tell if it's dirt. I'll see if it settles down. If I do, I'll leave something in the comments that I could be more definite, but right now I can't tell if it's just the rinseless itself, how it leaves a milky, how it has that milky look to it. Maybe the next test I try a different rinseless that is clear, and that way we could be definite on it. All right, well, again, thank you, and just wanted to give you guys this update. Thank you again. See you. Bye-bye.